Hello. So, in addressing Walmart, I'm going to look first at how they got to where they are. Walmart is a really cool company. Read Sam Walton's book. He is a wonderful guy, but very innovative off the bat. It did some great things in the high volume, low cost market. So, he kind of brought that industrial revolution principle to retail. So that was very cool. Obviously, blew up, took over, started in rural areas, and then moved forward. And in doing so, he really utilized a massive amount of data to kind of do things the right way every time. Um, and so that innovation, they led the forefront on SKUs, led the forefront on RFID. So they were able to track packages and get some of the data earlier on, kind of before big data really became big data. So that's pretty cool. They led the market in that way, and they did a great job. I do think that they've got some major opportunities in their supply chain. And there's four areas that I'd like to focus on, and then there's a whole fifth area that I want to take a look at too. So, in the supply chain specifically, I think when we compare them to who is quickly becoming a lot stronger of a retailer in Amazon, we're starting to see that maybe they're falling a little behind on having a really good um, new advanced protocol for their supply chain. I think they've done a great job at making sure that they have low cost items on their shelves going all the way back to major suppliers who can supply them that. What's unique is that Amazon has kind of come up with this guerrilla warfare of kind of competing their suppliers, and they're utilizing all the data that they're gaining from the client, the customer, all the time, and feeding that back to the providers to kind of help them along and give them even more competitive edge against each other. So I think that that's unique, right? Obviously, there's a platform difference, and that gives advantage to Amazon to do that. But I do think that they need to hunt that down, find ways to find that. So kind of moving right off of that, I think they need to find ways to invest a little more in understanding the behavior of their customers. So I'm not entirely sure what that looks like, right? Everybody knows we have the loyalty program where you put in your phone number or scan your key fob, but I think they could probably do better. They need to do better, right? They need to be able to understand why people are making decisions as they're standing in front of a shelf. And I don't know what that looks like, but they need to innovate a little bit more advanced insights into that. And that's kind of going to come with technological advancements. Which leads me right into my third point here is that just across the board, they need to continue to innovate, right? They've gotten to where they are because they are strong innovators, and that is massively important. Um, Brings me to number four, the analytics. They are known for being superior on analytics, but they need to push the analytics to the boundaries to help their suppliers and to help their customers get to where everybody wants to be, which is value on value, right? And so, as somebody who's in the middle, they need to push that analytics out to the sides as well and kind of continue to try and develop new frontiers on both of those wings. They seem to have an analytics down pat for their company and how to move things around inside their company. They've done very, very well in that. And then so that kind of comes back to the last thing, which kind of is sums up a little bit of all of these and stands alone on its own, I believe. And that is, I believe that they should invest massively in trying to understand their customers even more than they already do. Right? Their customers are going through new changes all the time. There's always some new advantage they could gain during COVID, during the post-COVID season, during the financial crisis. They need to understand where their customers are. They lost a lot of traction to the dollar store because they weren't paying attention to their customers.